guys, welcome to Family Guy House. Eventually we will be changing it. And I don't know how, I guess the green screen's up. It's been literally up for like a week or something. I've just not taken it out. I have a green screen up at all times in my living room. Too lazy to take it down. Anyways, welcome to the counselor's office. We're reacting to Marathon. Yes, late to the party. We're reacting as more information comes out and seeing the conflict that arises. I don't know why I sound like this, but you see the conflict arising. You see the Bungie fanboys and the I don't even know what you want to call them. The Concordians, the ones that want to call the Marathon Concord. I don't know. It is going to be. I just want to clarify. I don't actually give a shit about Marathon in the sense that if it does well, I'm not going to be upset. Just like if it doesn't do well, I will laugh my ass off and make content out of it. But I just want to make it very clear. I would be okay if Bungie went under, because screw them, fuck them. They're the horrible company. They literally took a shit on my favorite IP, one of my favorite IPs, Destiny. But just because I want them to fail doesn't mean I have a vendetta against Marathon like some people do. And if you do, that's your right. You have every right to have a vendetta against Marathon. If you want it to crash and burn, you have every right, especially if you were a paying customer of Bungie. We've been dicked over, bent over, lied, deceived. You have every right to shit on this game. But personally, for me, I just farm the content because it's funny as hell. But I'm not going to be upset if it does well. And if it does well, I hope the people that enjoy it. Pop off, right? It's like Baldur's Gate. I don't think it's going to be anywhere as successful as Baldur's Gate. But just as reference, I don't give a shit about Baldur's Gate. I'm glad it did well for the people who enjoyed it. But I don't actively be like, yeah, this game should just fucking fail. I don't give a shit about Marathon, whether it's successful or not. Now, I do give a shit if Destiny sucks dick, which is why I'm very vocal about it, especially with Bungie. But I just want to clarify, because we will probably start doing more reacts as time goes on and more information comes out about Marathon. But I don't want people like, you just want it to fail. No, I just want it for content. Like, fuck playing the game. I will play the beta or whatever that comes out. But I'm going to farm, because there's going to be two parties. And the party where it fails is going to be far more hilarious because of what's been going on with the Bungie fanboys. And the reality is, if it is successful, it's going to make some good content to be like, how can a company literally drag its balls against modern day gamers' faces so much and still be successful? That's good content. And I will literally point that out. Also, there will be that crowd that absolutely hates Marathon that will just have its moment, like a house is on fire, and I'll be able to react to that and have my moment. That fire will go out very quickly, and they'll find another game to sit and call Concord. But the dumpster fire, if this game doesn't do well, will last a lot more with the Bungie fanboys, and it will be interesting. But we're going to react to the Marathon Developer Insight, the Runner Shells, which, by the way, I'm going to talk about the stuff that they show, because if they show it, I can talk about it. It's not there, like NDA. I mean, it's already out there. That's me, not you. I hate every time that pops up. That's me, not you. We're going to watch this. I have not watched it. I'm late to the party, but I will talk about whatever. I've seen some stuff on Twitter. I've got some Twitter stuff. Oh, I have not watched it directly. So let's jump into it, right? Let's just make sure that we're as high as possible. And I don't mean drug wise. I mean quality of the thing. Don't do drug, kids. Oh God. Ew, what the? Turn that shit off. Runner shells.
Runner shells is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
I'm going to stop the video. And this is the whole point. Like, everyone's going to dissect it. This is not what I wanted, by the way. I'm not trying to throw shade. I thought this was fucking funny that they changed this. And so many fucking people came to the defense of Bungie. This is this is how it used to be with the store up top. And now it's all in the bottom. By the way, anyone that says that that's store to buy stuff, all I can say is this. Loadout was your stash. It's still funny. Like, I can't say anything because of NDA. It's still fucking funny, and they did that intentionally. Don't be deceived. They did this, and they made it as low as fucking small as possible. This is the funniest shit that I saw, and I'm glad that was the first thing that popped up. This is the funniest shit. Store is now at the bottom, and it is low. Holy shit. And I guarantee you there will be actual cosmetics in the store. Like, what are we going to have? Store +2? I also can't talk about anything else that I saw because NDA. I'm not trying to get slapped. So just know that I'm keeping specific things quiet because I don't want to get slapped.
So abilities, passives, stat packages married to a very distinct silhouette that then players can look at.
It's a hero shooter. Like, everyone wants to dance around. They are heroes with specific abilities built into them. This is a hero shooter, but a hero extraction shooter. Let's not tiptoe. Don't be gaslighted. As someone who's played this, this is a hero extraction shooter.
50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of. And I can start to think about how to counteract it.
One of the things we really want to do from the build crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want.
I don't know, man. I want to say that I can't. Can I talk about it if they've changed it? Like, they've made changes from the alpha, what we've seen and what people have played. This has some cleanup. It looks better. I can't say anything about my NDA playthrough, but based on what they've showed us before, this menu looks better. I'm trying to be very specific and not get myself bopped.
For your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods.
And I'm stopping a lot. It's a 9-minute video, and I could just say, let's be honest, if you watch this video because you want to watch the video, just watch the fucking video and don't watch me. Like, this is me giving my thoughts. Tarkov has done this. Tarkov has multiple attachments, modifiers, and this is not nothing new. And it is funny because you can tell, and it is new maybe for the console world. Like, Tarkov is not on console, but when it comes to the extraction world, and I'm assuming that this is trying to, like, this is a conversation that we're going to have multiple times because I'll do another video. This is an extraction shooter that is supposed to be catered to casuals, but then the community is like, and even Bungie's trying to paint it like it's anti-casual, even though that's what they try to advertise it as, like, hey, it's in console. We're going to try to make it more easier to get into. Whereas it seems like I can't say anything based on my playthrough, but what they have mentioned and talked about, even on Twitter, this is supposed to be a lot more sweatier than it used to be. And based on people who've leaked shit, it's supposed to be sweatier than it used to be. Tarkov has always been like this. Multiple mods, different things, changing accuracy. Like, this is prototypical for, like, Tarkov, which pioneered the extraction shooter, in my opinion. Why do I mention this? Because people are like, oh, Bungie is elevating the extraction shooter world by doing, this is what makes it stand out from other extraction shooters. And it doesn't. Like, the hero shooter aspect does, but the whole concept of mods, we have weapon parts and attachments. Like I'm not even joking. Here you go. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, you have the gun stats, and then you have all the modifications you can do. Now, will some of the mods do even more based on like the hero shooter aspect for Marathon? Absolutely. But the concept itself is not new. It's not fresh. It's not like, oh man, Bungie's really transforming the extraction shooter world with this. It's not. Like, it's what I like to call stolen valor.
Are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination with each other.
Now, this is where it pops up. It changes. Like I said, it's like modifiers to your actual hero shooter shell. Knockback no longer deals self-damage, instead propels you away from the blast. Yeah, like that. It sounds like it just modifies what you can do.
To shift the gameplay style of your runner kit.
Yeah, so it changes your running.
Make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work together.
Dealing damage to nearby hostiles after a long fall. Yeah.
But they have hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
Depending on your playstyle, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're gonna rush.
I will absolutely say, very few people play like that. That's all I'll say. Based on my experience, this is some weird, like, how they're playing, not how people were playing when I played.
You're gonna wanna cater the items that you're finding differently.
The idea there is like, have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're gonna build on top of that.
Yeah, now this is more like the gameplay.
Destroyer is aggressive, brutal.
Okay, before we jump in, what the heck? What a weird time for my like green screen to change. Oh, maybe, you know, I just realized I'd never swapped my thing over. Also, I think my camera's off to the side a little too much. So before we jump in, I just want to clarify, I have played with the mods, so I understand the mod system, and I've also played with some of these different shells. When there's one specific shell, if they show it and talk about it, I will talk about it.
Whereas a modified, futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight as fast as possible and stay there. It comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
A riot barricade so that they can generate presence and they can generate like almost like aggro for their team.
Its prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
I think if Marathon's going to have a shot, it's going to be this hero shooter aspect, and they have definitely built upon it. I think more than what they have previously. This is what they're doing, and I think is one of the singular things that really changes the formula is the hero shooter aspect. It's like playing Apex Legends, but instead of a Battle Royale, it's an attraction shooter. And if you don't like Apex Legends, you're probably not going to like Marathon.
They have a way to lock down targets over sustained fire, which immobilizes them and allows your team to follow up.
Assassin.
Assassin Shell is built for players that like to play slow and quiet. It's very much a classic, backline infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical ability is invisibility. You pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move, the more visible you're gonna become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration. Their prime ability sends out this disc. It creates this like plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and then when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke. The whole thing here is like be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
By the way, just because it's also NDA, I don't know what I can mention. But obviously the invisibility part I can talk about, but like the certain parts of the kit I can't talk about. I don't know if I can or not. That invisibility is definitely strong if you know how to use it correctly. That's all I'll say. And I know that sounds very generic, but that's all like I can really say is like, I feel like for some people, they're going to hate the fact that you can go people can go invisible. I really do. But I think they have balanced it based on what they showed us on the pre-alpha, where you had people like moving pretty aggressively. And this kind of breaks the invisibility. Like you have to, it's meant, you can't just like blitz away based on what they've said, change from the alpha like open alpha reveal versus now. I think this is how you balance invisibility, but I still don't know if you want that in an extraction shooter. Recon.
Originally, Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about hunting people down. It's about playing detective. If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use.
I played Recon. If you want to just find everything, including enemies, like if you're not for sure, like I'm gonna be honest, Recon is very nice for maps that you are still learning, especially where you want to know where enemy, like in not just like PvP, but PvE. Like you want to be able to like, you need gear real quick or something, or you're like about to die. You're like, I don't want to face anything. Man, Assassin was definitely the go-to. It is very, very strong.
It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them. And for their prime, Recon has this really awesome helmet that splits open and they tap in these cool key codes. It opens up and pulses and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players and marks them for you.
And when you break
it's man, if they talk about the other frame here, this is probably the second most used one I used, because toward the end I said screw it, I used a different frame, shell, not frame, this is Warframe, a different shell, a runner, intent to register. Lol. Assassin, I think if you don't have an assassin, and if you're playing solo, always choose assassin. If you're playing in a group, always have not assassin, have a radar on your team. Always have someone who can ping for you.
The shield of somebody as a Recon shell, they leave
Recon, sorry. I said radar, Recon. Yeah, always have Recon on your team, always.
Behind, so even if they run away,
you're throwing if you don't.
Follow that trail and they'll lead right to him.
And then finally awareness, where if you get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that somebody saw you and has marked you.
I will say, and this is not breaking NDA, by the way, this is just a general statement. I used Recon to ping a team. I killed a team of 3, but I traded with the last guy because I got 2 of them with their pants down. The third was at a higher elevation than me, and we all died together. I was so pissed because I was like, okay, they had some good shit, and I didn't get it. Recon is just that good.
Vandal is our shell that is, just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump. It has a power slide that goes much further than our normal sprint slide.
Mm-hmm.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
The arm cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times we've knocked people off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
Teeth.
Marathon is a game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map, so we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's trade ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are within line of sight.
Their prime is pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same whip. Or you can use it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are shared to your squad.
The Thief shell also has a built-in grappling device that is embedded right in the forearm.
What?
You shoot out a dart.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't play of all of them, and I don't think all of them were open. I don't remember. It's been a month or so. I still think you definitely want to have a recon, but definitely this one, if you want loot, I don't know. This one, like recon lets you survive. This one lets you just get what you want, which is loot.
Mid-flight, it unfolds into this propeller that pulls you along, and you can swing away to safety.
The recharge rate for their grapple and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much as you can and get out.
I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm gonna repeat myself. This is the bread and butter of Marathon. Is if you like the Apex style, and it's gonna do well. I don't even know what popular Apex is anymore, but this is it. This is giving me Apex Legend vibes with the characters and what they do. It's almost identical to Apex Legends, except it's an extraction shooter. I'm not a fan of Apex Legends, which explains why I just don't care for Marathon. But if you are all about Apex, here's your hero shooter.
The Triage shell is our shell for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they can kick back, we have Triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life. Their
So a medic.
ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs, and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy. He's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed an ability that was useful for.
I don't remember what we had access to. I never played this one, so.
For firefights.
They've got two traits. The first one is a trait ability called Battery Overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of build crafting. And then they have the second trait, Shareware, which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly running triage on your team.
Okay, they are talking about it. Okay. This is where I believe most people, especially people who play solo, will be using this. I use this almost the entire last couple of days that the session that I was able to play. I played Rook. It is just like Arc Raiders, which is funny because we'll talk about that. But it really it is not. Arc Raiders is not the first one to come up with this, by the way. We'll talk about it because I have a thing on Twitter about that.
Sometimes you just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours to keep.
Instead of
it's really
focusing on like progression and questing and things of that sort, it's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you can populate your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Rook has a tactical ability that lets it blend in with UESC forces. So you activate it, a little mask appears over your face, and you are not perceived by the UESC as hostile. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about
Or you just start being a rat and you let everyone kill themselves and you steal all the big boy loot. I won't say that's not what I did. But you don't have to sit there and just loot the map.
Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you can have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way, or you are a monster and you blast them in the face. And I'm not going to...
Based on my experience, Rooks are your target dummies.
say which one I am.
Let's be honest.
I blast a lot of Rooks.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Rook. Just to clarify, I don't have any background music. Just to clarify, you know, it's not the only one when we're talking about. Yeah, right here. So Jake Lucky saying marathon, just like Arc Raiders. Just like Arc Raiders, it has a free loadout. Give starter kit, joining a match progress, mask ability. We'll be hearing a lot, though, to be fair, Tarkov. Yeah, Tarkov has what's called scav. You have scavs. Now, I would say that both Arc Raiders and Marathon are better. Because in Tarkov, there's a cooldown. And now they could still change things for Marathon. And they themselves never mentioned there being a cooldown for Marathon, and Arc Raiders, there was no cooldown, which a lot of people complain about. But scavs in Tarkov have been around even before Arc Raiders and Marathon was even a concept, a thought as an extraction shooter, right? So I think Arc Raiders and even Marathon are stealing the valor of something that has already fucking existed. But with that being said, it is far more, like, based on my experience playing all three games, both Arc Raiders and Marathon, their scav version is far more free than Tarkov. Also, actually, with the fact that this gets this ability to hide from AI, where you only have to avoid real players, I think Marathon makes it even easier to be a looty rat. Take it with what you want. Again, this game, people are so weird with this because even Bungie wants to advertise this as being a hot, sweaty extraction shooter, but at the same time, try to insinuate this can be a casual game. Insinuate this like Destiny and all this stuff. Like, we'll talk in another video, the cult mentality between Marathon. But overall, like, I do want to say that it is good. And I've said this before, that it is good that they are focusing on trying to, have easier access to just jump in. Because that is something that's more punishing about Tarkov is even if you're learning to play and you want to be aggressive, Tarkov, if you are using scavs, you have a cooldown. Also, something that's not mentioned here, you can fight other Rooks and other, like, even in Arc Raiders, you can fight other, I forgot what their free loadout's called, but you fight those Raiders. In Tarkov, if you play scav and you shoot another scav, not only does all the AI just straight up attack you, but you also get negative reputation for fighting scavs. And then that makes you have to wait longer for your cooldown. It is far more punishing. So that leans itself to being a little bit more friendly. I know, again, I spent a lot of time playing Rook because I just wanted to get into the map and get into gunfights. And I died like at least 100 times just running in as Rook and just getting into engagements, just throwing myself at the pan. That's pretty much what I just get in. What could I get? What kind of loot? That was my experience. Is just jump in, jump in, jump in, jump in. I don't give a shit about loot in the first place. I just want to see what the engagements are like. And so I did spend quite a bit of time with this game, which again, some of my opinions are revolved around actually playing this. And I played Arc Raiders and I played Tarkov. I still think Tarkov is my favorite, even though I suck ass at it. It is far more enjoyable and interesting to me. And I still can't talk about like what I think is harder because I don't want to break NDA. But I've only talked about stuff that they have shown and talked about themselves. So I'm not breaking any NDA, and I'm not going to talk about any more because I'm afraid I'll break NDA. Anyways, I do think this is the right call for them, that they do this Vidoc or this Insight and they break down. I know there was resistance and people were trying to defend, saying this is not a hero shooter. It is a hero extraction shooter. And honestly, that is how they should try to, that is the thing that makes it stand out from Tarkov and Arc Raiders. And anyone that's trying to make this seem like it's similar to Arc Raiders, you're doing yourself a disservice, because Marathon needs something to stand out. And I think right now and I don't even think the stupid raid mechanic bullshit that they have for the 4th map, no one gives a fuck about that. When they think about buying a $40 game, they want to know what the whole package. And I think having something like the standout is these shells, these runner shells, definitely definitely makes the game stand out away from Arc Raiders and Tarkov. And I think that is a good thing. Now, whether you like that or not, that's not what we're arguing about. I'm just saying, for this game to even be its own thing and stand out, no, you can hate the game and still agree that them having the runner shells and the hero shooter aspect does make it stand out compared to its competition. Again, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. I'm not defending the game. I'm not shitting on it at this point. I'm just having a conversation based on my own experience. Yeah, let me know what you think down below. As always, I'm Mr. Game Counselor, and I'll see you in the next one.